Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, I am talking about D23 in this video, but I'm not doing a breakdown. I'm talking about how D23 was a disappointment to me. Especially on the Marvel side, like on the Disney and Pixar side, like I wasn't actually at D23, I just watched it online, but from all the announcements that they made, they were kind of shocking to me. Like, we actually got reveals for the Thunderbolts and stuff, which was cool. I actually liked how they actually announced the lineup for the Thunderbolts. The stuff that they were kind of promising for D23, because even Kevin Feige was like, we're saving our biggest stuff for D23. So D23 came, and sure enough, nothing big came out of this. Like, you might see on the thumbnail, you might be confused why I put a Bandcast 4 Invisible Woman, Cyclops, Deadpool, and Andrew Spider-Man on there. Is because, well, especially before doing D23, I guess we can start with the Fantastic Four thing first. We were getting rumours of who was being cast in the Fantastic Four. There were rumours for Jodie Comer, who else? Emily Blunt was one that was circling around for a long time. There was Dacre Montgomery, and there was some other. There was John Boyega. There was a few other people circling around. There was Henry Cavill as Doom, I think, was one of those leaked ones or rumored ones, I think. And like those ones were definitely circling around before D23. They didn't talk about Fantastic Four. Like at Comic-Con, they did still say that we're still working on it, but we haven't really got any confirmation of who is in it. Like we do know now that the director of it is the guy who directed WandaVision. So that actually gets me a little bit excited because I love WandaVision, and that's one of my favorite of the MCU shows. Actually, it probably is my favorite. But yeah, I think that was the one that I expected the most out of D23 was a announcement for the Fantastic Four. The other one was X-Men. X-Men, we were expecting some sort of announcement. But I'm not really surprised that they didn't announce an X-Men cast because there is a, because there was a report that came out recently that was they can't recast the X-Men until 2025. That's why every appearance of a X-Men character was someone from the past. So we got, obviously, WandaVision. We have Evan Peters as Quicksilver playing the Aaron Taylor Johnson version of Quicksilver for, I want to say, 2 episodes. And then in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we got Patrick Stewart back as Professor X, but as the cartoon Professor X. So, again, because they couldn't use the ones from those movies because either they died or it didn't really work in the story per se, they couldn't really recast them. So that kind of makes sense to me. But I was hoping for some sort of an announcement of X-Men characters. The one that I was really expecting, we'll get to my important one last, but one that I was expecting was Deadpool. As you guys know, the Deadpool movies are some of my favorite X-Men movies. Like, they're in my top 5 for sure. And like, I just love Ryan Reynolds as that character. And we did know that Ryan Reynolds did post a picture of him outside of a Marvel Studios sign, basically saying that he talked to Kevin Feige about bringing Deadpool into the MCU, which we don't really know how it's going to necessarily work, because, as you guys know, Deadpool was part of the Fox universe, so I don't know if it's going to be like in Secret Wars, or Doctor Strange will open up a portal into the Fox universe, and then Deadpool will now stay in the MCU. Because, like, again, I've been waiting for Deadpool 3 for a long time, and ever since I saw Deadpool 2 back in 2020, when COVID was still a thing and they did a re-release of the first two Deadpools in the cinema, since that day I was waiting for a Deadpool 3, because because 2020 was a while back from 2018. Like, I was expecting, because it was 2016 that the first one was released. So, it would have actually been 2020 that they would have released the Deadpool 3. But because that's when the Fox merger started to happen, so that's why we got all these different cameos and references to Marvel in, Free Guy. You actually see a Deadpool poster and a Avengers Infinity War poster in one of the gamers' bedrooms, and you actually get references to Marvel with the Avengers music, Ryan Reynolds holding up the Captain America shield and him having Hulk's hand, and then also Star Wars with him pulling out the lightsaber, and also that's why you also get Chris Evans reacting to Ryan Reynolds when he has the Captain America shield and the Avengers music playing. So, but back on track, I was kind of expecting Deadpool 3 to be announced in some way, but I guess that would, if they weren't going to announce X-Men, they probably wouldn't have announced Deadpool, because they are connected and they are very similar, because they're both related to the mutants. So I don't know how that would have, if they weren't going to announce Deadpool, they wouldn't have announced X-Men and vice versa. But yeah, I was expecting something, because I think it was last Comic-Con or the Comic-Con before that, they mentioned something about mutants, and they didn't follow up on it. They were just we are doing the mutants, and they are coming soon. But we haven't got a we don't know if it's just going to be called X-Men or Uncanny X-Men or X-Force or anything like that. We don't really know any of that yet. We also don't know the cast. We also don't know a release date. So, same thing with Deadpool. Speaking of Deadpool, actually, I can't remember her name, but the actress who plays Vanessa in the Deadpool movies did say that they are working on the script for Deadpool 3 at the moment. And she doesn't know if she'll be back or not. But I think she will be back, because if you remember in Deadpool 2, they kind of erase / cleans the timelines at the end of that movie. We basically got erased Green Lantern, even though that we still have it. We basically got erased that reality's X-Men Origins Deadpool from the Origins movie. We also got erased Peter not getting killed in Deadpool 2, and they also erased Vanessa's death. That was the four things that they kind of did. And then in the Super Duper Cut, they also kind of retconned Hitler, which was pretty funny. But yeah, I think that Vanessa will be back for Deadpool 3. I think it's just the matter of time that when it comes to the point where they actually announce Deadpool 3, they'll actually probably get Ryan Reynolds up on stage, and they'll probably announce the cast. Because I think Domino would also be in it, and because I think the thing is that even though that they are Deadpool-centric movies, they also work with the context of the X-Men. One of the funny jokes in the second one is when Beast shuts the door, or Ryan Reynolds is just talking to Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, they would have had to have cast those characters. So I can't get why they didn't announce it, because you can't need your cake. You can't need your cake and eat it too, type of thing, with the X-Men and Deadpool. But yeah, but the biggest one that I was like, I understand why they didn't announce it, but also it's weird that they did put on the Disney Plus. Sorry, not Disney Plus, but the D23 poster. If you guys remember the D23 poster, it had Mickey at the front, the castle, the Disney castle in the background with Easter eggs all over it, or in it. One of them was Spider-Man. I would have thought that they would have announced Tom Holland, but they didn't. But I looked at that picture closely because I was like, that's not Tom Holland's suit that he got at the end of No Way Home. That's the Andrew Garfield suit from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because the way that the eyes are and the way that the Spider logo is like from here to down here, that like kind of blew my mind that they actually put Andrew Garfield on there, because that is a Sony Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are Sony Spider-Man. And there were rumours around that Andrew Garfield has signed a multi-deal contract with Marvel. Or Disney in that fact, but Marvel Studios anyway. To play Spider-Man. Now, we do know that he's probably popping up in Secret Wars with Tobey Maguire. But we don't really know what else they're going to do. Like, it could be a Amazing Spider-Man 3. But again, that would be a Sony thing. Unless Marvel is kind of doing one of those things where it's like the Marvel Spider-Man movies, where like they kind of team up and try and figure something out to help Sony make a third movie for Andrew Garfield. Because when they made The Amazing Spider-Man 2, even though that I love it more than the original Amazing Spider-Man, they did kind of shoehorn a lot of things into that movie. And you can go check out, if you want my deep thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man 2, and just go on the high point, the important points in this video. But if you want to check out my review of that, go check out my review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and my mum watches The Amazing Spider-Man 2 for the first time. But yeah, and like, because of the rumours circling around of Andrew Garfield signing a multi-year contract, or multi-movie, not necessarily multi-year, but multi-movie contract with Marvel, kind of got me curious, because I was like, wait, they are talking to Andrew Garfield to do more Spider-Man. Because not only were those rumours going around, but also on the D23 poster, they also put Andrew Garfield Spider-Man on there. So that kind of, and you guys know I'm a big Spider-Man fan. Like, hold on a second. I literally have a head case of the original Amazing Spider-Man from 2012. Sorry, I'm looking up at the screen that I can see myself bigger on. But no, I have a Amazing Spider-Man 1 head case, and I love it. But yeah, that was one of the few things that I was expecting for them to announce, was Andrew Garfield is coming back for something as Spider-Man. I didn't know if, again, whether if it was Amazing Spider-Man 3 or it was some sort of role in another movie. I don't know how they would have done that, but sometimes, like, because when you're Disney and you put out that poster and you put Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man on there, because most of the stuff that we got on there did have some sort of announcement. I don't know about the Monsters. I don't know about Monsters Inc. But we did get more footage for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and that was on there. Indiana Jones was on there. We got some stuff about that. We got some stuff on Star Wars, obviously. We got a trial for Disenchanted, the Enchanted sequel, and I think it was the dragon or something from the first one that was on that poster. But most of the stuff that we did get from there was on there. Not a lot of it, but most of it. I'm just kind of sad that Spider-Man, especially Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, kind of got left with the stuff that they are not going to touch regards to announcements. Because we all know that Tom Holland would love to continue doing Spider-Man, and they want to do a second trilogy, but he does want to have a bit of a break. So it's like, what better way than to bring back Andrew Garfield to do at least, I want to say, one more movie before Secret Wars, and Tobey Maguire for Spider-Man 4 before Secret Wars. And then you could have them team back up again in Spider-Man or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 or 2. Like, you could still do that, but I think that would be another, like, Marvel joint, because, again, it's kind of with the X-Men, like, I kind of get why they wouldn't announce it, because it would have been a Sony Marvel joint because they didn't announce Spider-Man No Way Home at D23 or Comic-Con. So I am curious on what they're going to do with Spider-Man in regards to Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, or even Tobey Maguire. Like, because for me, the more Spider-Man, the better. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm just shocked that they didn't announce, especially I think Deadpool 3 and Fantastic Four I'm more surprised about. The other two, even though that I did go kind of long talking about Amazing Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield, I think that those two specifically, Deadpool and Deadpool and Fantastic Four, I'm shocked that we didn't get a casting announcement for that. When they did exclusive footage at D23 for the Marvels, I was very hyped for the Marvels, especially after Miss Marvel. I was very hyped. I'm not so hyped on Black Panther, but the two specifically that I wanted to hear something of, because we kind of knew that they were coming, was Deadpool and Fantastic Four. Because, again, we know the director, we just don't know the cast. But since they haven't announced, I will be doing more X-Men, Fantastic Four, and some more Spider-Man content regards to the MCU. So I am going to be working on those pretty soon. So guys, please hit the like button down below for those. For this video. Also hit subscribe, and also hit the little bell icon to get notified when I post those other videos regards to Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and X-Men, and just Marvel in general, because I am going to bang out a lot of Marvel videos. Actually, I will announce this here. Not this weekend, but next weekend on the 24th and 25th. Especially the 24th. The 24th of September. I am going down to Oz Comic Con. Me, my dad, and my best friend Luke, especially him. If you are in the Sydney area, or you're not far from Sydney and you would like to go to come and say hello, please do that. I'll be going as Thor from Love and Thunder, the Ravager outfit, and I don't know what Luke's doing, but if you guys are in that area, please say hello to us. If you want a photo with us, that's fine. I would be very happy to do that. And I'm very happy to have to go down to my first Comic-Con, because I want to say in 2 years I am going to go to San Diego Comic-Con. But yeah, I'm just happy that I'm going to my first Comic-Con, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.